Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. Welcome to Air Day. Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. If you're always here clicking, being in the comments, giving the thumbs up, and growing this Aquarius tribe here at 10 of Cups Tarot, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome. I hope that you will enjoy your stay. I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you will stay. And what I'm doing here is readings for the week ahead. So when I do the readings for the signs for the week ahead, it's always for the week ahead. So no matter, when you find it today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for a week ahead. Feel free to dig into the archives and see if any of that resonates for you. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. So what we're going to do this time is something a little bit different than we've been doing for all of the other times that I've read for the signs. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 hands. This is kind of like the reading that I do when you go over to Wizio, when you book there and you book the 3 question read. This is kind of the way it goes. So I'm going to pick 3 different decks. We're going to do 3 different hands and see what kind of energy we can bring up for you. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know for the week ahead, please? What does Aquarius need to know for the week ahead? Tell me about Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about Aquarius. Aquarius, we've got you stuck. Look, we asked for Aquarius. There it is, the 2 of Swords. And I want to say that you are feeling like... You're feeling a little bit stuck these days, I want to say, but it's because there's something that you don't see for what it is, or something that you don't want to see for what it is, possibly. It feels like a decision that you need to make, and you're kind of going back and forth in the mind, not able to make the decision. What is this decision, and why is it so hard to make? Tell me about this decision, please, for Aquarius. It's a decision that has to do with the emotions, or whatever the decision is making you feel emotionally overwhelmed, or maybe a little bit confused. We do have the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups, you can see how it's broken down here. We have 2 cups, and then we have 5 above the head. And the look on her face is, I don't know, if I take the 2 cups here, is it going to result in me being in the 5 of Cups, which is, am I going to get hurt again? Am I going to have regrets? If I take these 2 cups, am I going to have regrets? So I feel like it's the decision that you're making is actually probably a decision that is emotional for you, and it might be about the 2 cups. Tell me more. Tell me why this decision being made about the emotions is so difficult. Tell me about that. We do have the 9 of Cups. And I feel like that the reason it's so difficult is because it's hard for you to open up. I want to say with the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Swords, what you really want is the 9 of Cups. You want wish fulfillment. You want happiness, right? You can see this person's arms are open on the 9 of Cups here. They're ready, calling in whatever it is that they want. But I feel like you're kind of blocking your happiness or your wish fulfillment. It's because you can't make a decision and you're kind of stuck in the head about what to do. So I feel like the decision you're trying to make is about something that is, got your emotions all tied up here, but also something that is not allowing you to get out of your head. It feels like you don't see something for what it really is, or you don't want to see something. And maybe that's why you're like, I'm okay here with this information in my head. I don't really want to make any more decisions about this situation. Tell me what else Aquarius needs to know here. We do have the High Priestess. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're kind of ruminating on it. The High Priestess is the one who does have psychic energy, but is very silent, right? This person is someone who is mysterious and silent. They have a lot of knowledge, right? We can see that from the scroll that's in her hand. This person is someone who is very close to the earth, who's very nourished with spirit. This is somebody who receives incoming messages here. We do have in the crown chakra. So I want to say that you could have water energy. You don't have to, but this is Piscean energy, and we have a lot of emotions. So it feels like you're kind of searching within the self, I want to say. Quietly searching within the self for more knowledge about how to make this decision. Tell me why everything is in cups. Why do we have so much emotional energy here? What is this energy? I feel like you're stuck in your intuition. It feels like you don't trust yourself. The 2 of Swords and the High Priestess. It feels like you don't trust yourself to make a decision about something here. I want to say that you need to try and learn to trust yourself. The Empress is here and telling me that this is abundance here. So it might be emotional abundance that you're trying to make the decision about. I would say that you're the Empress, but I feel like as though that you're letting your emotions get the best of you. And the Queen is in the upright. The Empress is someone who is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is listening to the intuition. Very very kind and compassionate. This person is someone who is helping others, very empathic. I feel like you are stuck in your intuition, making a decision, possibly about abundance. Tell me why the Empress is here. You might be thinking about the Empress. You might be trying to make an emotional decision about the Empress. Why is the Empress here? Yeah, because there's a new beginning here. Look at that. The Queen of Swords appears. So I feel like it's time for you to stand up and make some type of decision. It's time for you to liberate yourself from, I think, the Seven of Cups for sure. I feel like it's time for you to make a decision. I feel like the reason you're not making a decision is because you don't want things to go sideways. With the Ace in the hand of the Queen, we have 2 swords here, that's 3. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want to get hurt. I feel like the reason you're not making a decision about the Empress is because it's not because you don't see the abundance. It's not because you don't see the Empress for who they are. I do believe you want this new beginning, but you're going to have to talk about it. Look, you're going to have to take what's stuck in your head, run it through this Piscean energy here. You have to learn how to trust yourself if you're going to make a decision. This is Libra energy, but we are in a general reading, so this is also Aquarius and Gemini energy. It feels to me that somebody wants to liberate themselves and have some type of new beginning with the Empress, but it feels like it's hard for you to make a decision to do that, or it's hard for you to speak out loud. I feel like you are silent with the Empress, or maybe this Empress has gone silent on you. We've also got Aries energy here. Taurus and Libra are present as well. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor. Okay, so whether you are the Emperor or the Empress, we've got both of your energies here. It's either the Empress that is holding on to the Emperor or the Emperor is holding on to the Empress. But right now we're out in the cold. We're not talking. We're in lack. There's nothing going on in the Pentacle world. We're not creating anything. We're stuck at the 5. And so it feels like the Emperor is feeling like they're on the outside looking in. You could be the Emperor because the Emperor is the king, has all the king's energies, right? So when the Emperor's in the room, so are all the kings. When the Empress is in the room, so are all the queens. So we have the Emperor, who is the King of Swords, who does have Aquarius energy. So I feel like there is a Queen of Swords here, and I feel like it comes from this Empress here. And this King of Swords comes from the Emperor. I feel like we do have 2 people that are on the same vibration. And the reason that things haven't moved forward is because the Emperor has not stepped forward yet. The Empress will never. Somebody who knows their worth, who actually is the Empress, someone who has the wisdom, who is balanced, this person is never going to chase. They're not going to be in the DMs poking and chasing the Emperor. In fact, if they did, that would turn the Emperor off. Because these 2 people being on the same vibration means this one knows how to be in their feminine energy without exerting their masculine energy, and this one knows how to be in their masculine energy without really exerting the feminine energy. So I want to say that there is, whether you are the feminine or the masculine, they're both here. I feel like if you are the feminine, you're waiting on the Emperor. And if you're on the Emperor, you're feeling like you can't speak out, or it feels like you're about to liberate yourself about some sort of a new beginning because you can't let go of the Empress. Tell me more. We've got the Page of Cups. I feel like the Emperor is going to surprise the Empress with some type of message. Tell me why you think it's not going to work. Because I feel like the 2 of Swords is where you are in your head, whether you're the Emperor or the Empress. I feel like the 2 of Swords is where you are in your head, that you can't make a decision. Tell me why you can't make the decision. What's overwhelming? The Strength card is overwhelming. The Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Cups. You know that if you make the decision, you have to take the ball. You have to take the ball into the end zone, right? You know that you have to take it. If you're going to grab that ball, you got to run it in, right, for the touchdown. It's like you can't do it halfway. You understand that if you decide to get out of your head, make this decision, even though you're feeling in a little bit of doubt and feeling overwhelmed about a decision you might be making that you feel might not work, you know that if you grab the ball, you got to run. And it feels like you're not ready to do that yet. I feel like it's coming in the future here, like in the very near future, like possibly in the week ahead. It does feel like there is going to be some sort of a surprise. Also, I feel like one of you feels you owe the other an apology. It might be a mutual thing because these two generally mirror each other. So we do have the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card. We do have the Two of Cups. So I do feel that whether you are the feminine or the masculine, if you're the Emperor, I feel like you are going to make the decision to go forward. And even though you've got this emotional doubt in the back of your mind, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is strong enough when it shows up. It's saying it's time to go. There has to be a change here. And what you have to change is holding back. I feel like you have to stop holding back. I really do feel like I'm speaking to a masculine Aquarius. I feel like I'm talking to masculine Aquarius. It could be feminine. Take it as it resonates for you, though. There is the Two of Cups here. I feel like this ends up in a very fortunate way. I feel like these are worries that you're dreaming about, worries that are in your emotions. You're not really sure. You want the wish fulfillment, but you're stuck in your head. I don't know that there's much to worry about here. I'm going to say once you stop holding back and decide that the Wheel of Fortune is necessary change. And look, it's going to piss you off, the Wheel of Fortune, because it is change and you're a fixed sign. I'm also a fixed sign. And I know how that feels. You don't want to have to be pushed into making a decision. But really, when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, it's almost like an urgency. Like you will start to feel a shift of energy and an urgency. And this Strength card will sort of transform from being holding back energy to being mastery of self and having the courage to do it. Yeah, there is transformation. I was just talking about that. It's going to transform. We've got the Death card here. I feel like this is someone that you already know. This isn't someone that you're just going to happen upon, because we do have 3 pentacles here. And I want to say that it could be that you have worked with this person in the pentacle world, or that you're familiar with them in the pentacle world. And the pentacle world is your house, your car, your family, your job. So you know them from around that kind of energy here. I feel like there is somebody here who is looking for the stability of the Queen of Pentacles, and that comes with the Empress energy. And I feel like what you first have to stop doing is juggling and struggling. What you have to stop doing is looking into the past and looking into the future. There's nothing to be learned there. I feel like what you're supposed to do is pay attention to what's in the present moment. And it does feel like a bit of a struggle, but I feel like you are going to take the transformation and you are going to move forward here. Yep, there's growth. It feels like you're going to pick a path, and that's what the 7 of Pentacles is about, throwing the seeds of intention, right? Your intention is to do what? And I feel like you're going to find the intention, and you're going to grow towards it here. We've got the 4 of Wands. I feel like you want a stable relationship with this Empress here. All right. So just be aware that if you are the masculine energy, the Empress is not going to come find you. You're the person who has to step forward if you want any of this, or it will pass you by, but it will come back. Anything that's meant for you is never truly lost. It will come back. And sometimes we're not ready when it shows up to us, Aquarius. We're not ready to take action on it. And so we leave it and we let it come back around the next time. So if the Empress is really for you, then I feel like this is only one time that this will come back around for you, whether it's in this life or the next. So we do have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We have Aries energy. We have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, more Aries. We've got Libra and Taurus. We've got Pisces, Leo, more Scorpio energy. All right, let's go to the next. The next deck here. Tell me about Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know, please? Tell me about Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It's this way. Tell me about Aquarius, please. What does Aquarius need to know? Tell me what else Aquarius needs to know for the week ahead, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? The Hierophant is here because of the star, the Strength, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I want to say that the Hierophant is here. This is Taurus energy, but it is also the energy of the higher self. It's also knowing where you're going. It's your solid and sturdy path. This is the guiding light, right? The Hierophant is the one who has who's listening to the higher self, who's on the path that they have chosen. They're moving very slow and solid, sturdy. They're following a doctrine, whether it's their own doctrine or the doctrine of some sort of a book. But the Hierophant also does indicate that there is a lesson that is being learned here, and I feel like somebody has healed themselves spiritually. It feels like this is spiritual healing, I want to say. We do have the Ace of Pentacles here, and I feel like you've decided to invest in yourself, Aquarius. The Strength card is here, which showed up in the last hand. The Strength card tells me here that I feel like, you know, the lion and the person who is holding the lion, which is the traditional way that it looks on a tarot card usually. That's what I'm seeing in my mind. I'm actually seeing it from one of the decks that's over here, but I just won't go digging for it. So I feel like you have harnessed the self, you've harnessed the higher self, and I feel like you've done it through intense healing, and you've had the courage to invest in yourself. The Ace of Stars is Pentacles, so the Ace of Pentacles is here. I feel like what made you heal is that somebody disconnected from you or walked away. It feels like either you felt like you didn't want to settle for whatever it was, whatever life, part of the life you were in, whatever lifestyle you were living, you didn't want to settle for it. And you made a realization through the star energy, being connected to your source, through the healing that came through. This is Aquarius energy, right? It feels like you have decided to follow the self, like follow the higher self, and really dig your heels into some sort of a courage to trust your intuition, trust the higher self. So you've made some changes here. And I want to say one of the changes that you've made here is to invest in you. Tell me why the Ace of Pentacles is here, please. For Aquarius, tell me why the Ace of Pentacles is here. The Eight of Cups came out to the top. I want to say that you decided to invest in yourself because someone cut out. It feels like someone pulled away emotionally and left. It's like they left you. Now, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a friend, a best friend, a family member. It could be something like that, but it feels like the Eight of Cups is telling me that there's an emotional disconnection, which left you with no choice except to look within and figure out why that happened. Tell me about the Eight of Cups. We've got the Moon energy. And we've got the Empress. So it does feel like there is... it feels like the energy of you investing in the self. The Empress is showing up. It showed up in the last hand. But it feels like the investment in the self is what you did because somebody did pull away from you and you still don't know why. It could be the Empress that pulled away, that maybe put up some boundaries and pulled away. But it does feel like there is some distance or some darkness between you and the Empress. But the thing is this, I feel like the Empress pulling away from you made you really look within, made you look within yourself and find out, why did this person, this high caliber person who's very balanced and kind and loving, very spiritual, a great mother, a great daughter, why did this person pull away from me? I feel like you're still sort of stumped or you're not sure why, because the Moon is here. And I want to say things aren't as they appear, that maybe the Empress did pull away emotionally, but isn't gone. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the Empress is waiting in the future because this is the future, right? Going this way is into the future. Tell me why the Empress pulled away. It kind of goes along with the last hand, right? We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Five of Wands, and we have the Hermit. It feels as though things like you two pulled apart quite naturally, I want to say. It's almost like with the Queen of Swords that somebody wanted to talk about it. Somebody wanted to talk about feelings. Talk about feelings. What's hiding in the Moon energy, the Eight of Cups. I want to talk about it. And because we're looking at the Queen of Swords, which is part of the Empress, I feel like it was the Empress that wanted to talk about, where are we? in this relationship, in this friendship, in the family? Where are we in the job? Where are we right now? What is coming up? I need some clarity, honesty, and truth. And I think that somebody was very direct with you. And because you're a fixed sign and you don't like to be put on the spot to make a decision right now, you're going to take that information and take it away and think about it, that maybe you two just naturally grew apart because of that silence. So the Queen of Swords tells me the Empress wanted to define or put a label on whatever it is that you were, whether it's friends, best friends, roommates, love, whatever it is. We do have the Five of Wands, which tells me somebody hesitated. It feels like somebody was holding back or had indecision. Once the Queen stood up and liberated themselves and said, I need an answer for you, I feel like maybe you kind of pulled back just a little bit. You recoiled because you're like, okay, well, maybe the Empress has somebody else. This is also about competition. So I feel like it's like you felt like the Empress, well, maybe they're asking me this because they want to know if they should go with the other person or go with me. The Moon energy is here, and it kind of freaked you out just a little bit because the situation, you're like, well, maybe this isn't as it seems. Maybe the Empress really doesn't want my attention. So we do have the Hermit energy here, which tells me that you go from the Five of Wands, feeling like there's competition for the Empress, to indecision, right? Not making a decision. And the Hermit ends up being here. And so it feels like you need to take it away and go think about it. And that's normal for a fixed sign. So I feel like with this Virgo energy here, you start going over the details and you can get stuck in your mind. So maybe it was a long while before you replied, or by the time you were ready to reply to the Empress, too much time had passed and you felt kind of weird about reaching out after that. What's going to happen between Aquarius and the Empress, please? Three of Swords. It's very heartbreaking. The silence is heartbreaking. So I want to say there's heartbreak or disappointment on both sides. It feels like this could possibly be a third party situation. Maybe you thought there was a third party situation, but the Moon is here and things aren't as they seem. So maybe you felt as though the Queen was liberating herself from the situation, but maybe the Queen just wanted an answer. Maybe the Queen just wanted to define whatever relationship you had with that person. So I want to say that this person pulling away from you or going silent with you, or you going silent with them, I want to say with this Hermit energy here, you end up being the Hierophant. You might have Taurus energy, you don't have to, but the Hierophant is somebody who is on their own path. They are a spiritual healer. They're a spiritual teacher. They know some things, right? And I feel like it's because this person pulled away from you that you decided to go within and start healing the self. What is it that you had to heal? You had the courage to invest in you. Instead of going after the Empress and investing in the Empress, you had courage to invest in you. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands. So the Page of Pentacles tells me that it began with you just sort of cracking open the door and trying to get balance in your pentacle world. You started focusing on your home, hearth, children, family, car, business, or your job. We do have it was like I said here, you cracked open the door with the self. You start paying attention to what's going on in the pentacle world. You start paying attention to what can actually grow. And I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles here, it took a long while. So it almost feels like this is sort of a natural parting. Like somebody wanted you to define the relationship and you didn't want to do that, or you couldn't because you didn't have enough information. The Ace of Wands tells me that after waiting a long time, you do want to go on this passionate path, but it feels like it's been too long and there's been heartbreak and now there's sort of animosity and we aren't talking to each other because we allowed the silence to get in between us. I think that's what the third party was. Tell me about the strength here. What are you trying to find the courage to do? We've got Temperance, we've got the Knight of Wands, and we have the World. Okay, so I do feel like you are going to pursue the Empress. And it does feel like you have to wait for a shift of energy or the moment of alchemy. It's like the moment when everything is ready to go, that's when you'll step forward. The Knight of Wands is here, and then we have the World card. This is going to be achievement or a milestone for for the person who's moving forward. Take it as it resonates for you. The Knight of Wands is about making the decision and moving forward with passion and desire. And the World card tells me that you're closing the door on all of this. I feel like you've gone through a healing process. And in the healing process, you've realized who you are. And now you have an answer for the Empress, but it's been a really long time. And it's now kind of sad that it's been too long and you two are feeling disconnected. It does feel like this is what you want, the 10 of Cups, right? And then we do have the 8 of Pentacles, which tells me you're willing to work on the 10 of Cups here. We do have the 3 of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles is telling me that there's still something here. We're still on each other's team. We still can collaborate. We can cooperate. It does feel like there's still something here. We just need to transform the situation. All right. So we have Taurus energy, we've got Virgo, we've got Taurus and Libra, we've got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, we've got Pisces and Cancer energy, we've got Sagittarian energy, we've got Virgo energy, Leo, and Aquarius energy. All right, one more. Let's go with a quick third hand. What else can you tell me about Aquarius, please, for the week ahead? Tell me about Aquarius and Moon Rising, Venus and Jupiter. Tell me about Aquarius. What else does Aquarius need to know? Coming up in the week ahead, please. We have the 6 of Swords. There's movement. I like it. You've got some movement towards something here. You are cutting out of a situation or a job, whatever it is, a relationship that has caused chaos in your life. And I feel like you're over it. You're done with it, and you've got movement here. You're going to a place that is calmer. It feels like calmer in the mind, I want to say. We do have the Hierophant showing up again. We do have the Wheel of Fortune next to the Hierophant this time. And so we do have the 8 of Wands. I want to say you've changed your mind about something. You've changed your mind about something, and I think it's because of the Hierophant energy. I feel like now you're standing strong. You're in your power. You're listening to the higher self. You now really trust yourself. And I feel like with this 6 of Swords and the Wheel, it tells me you've changed your mind about something. You now are ready to move forward. There's the 8 of Wands here. You're ready to take your shot with something here. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. It is the energy of abundance as well. When the wheel moves forward, there is positive things coming, right? In the future, positive things. But first, we need to make the changes. And the changes might be the thing that piss you off. However, that being said, you are now in the Hierophant energy. So now you understand that you need to wait for divine timing. You need to wait for the fated moment. And I feel that now you're listening to the self, listening to the higher self, and that you've learned some spiritual lessons. I feel like you're going to be far more available now for the wheel. You are going to be listening and feeling, like waiting for this shift of energy to let you know that it's that changing your mind was the right thing to do. The 8 of Wands is here. You're taking your shot. What are you taking your shot on here? You're making some type of decision that is about to it's about to render you as the phoenix. I want to say that you showing up as sort of Hierophant energy, I want to say that you are somebody who rose from the ashes, that everything burnt to the ground. And I feel like you were able from the rubble to find a spark, and you were able to find some sort of a spiritual spark. And I feel like you are standing in this solid energy here, and you're ready now for this decision that you need to make. So for some of you, this is a decision that you're making to resurrect something, and I think that for some of you, you're resurrecting the self. So that's why you're ready to take a shot here. I feel like you're sending some energy to someone. For some of you, it's because you want a second chance. For others of it, you are rising from the ashes to make a decision about something you weren't ready to make a decision about back there. What is the Judgment card, please? We've got the King of Pentacles. It could have to do with your pentacle world, your house, your home, your job, your children, anything that has to do in the 3D world. You can touch it, feel it, smell it, right? The King of Pentacles tells me it could be about money. And we do have the World card. Okay, so listen, I feel like there is a judgment here that you're going to make some sort of a big financial decision. And for some of you, it's a big financial decision that's going to pay off. You are resurrecting something or bringing something out of the ashes. You're lighting the spark and you're going to resurrect something. It might be a business. It might be something that is going to bring you financial stability, or possibly your decision is, I need to work on my financial stability. You are going to be, it's going to work out for you here because things are coming full circle. I feel like these last three reads, all three of them go together, but in different ways. It feels like I'm looking into different aspects of your life. And it feels like this one is looking into your finances and your pentacle world. It feels like you could be moving or closing out something, maybe an old job, or maybe selling a business. But this indicates that it is a milestone and an achievement. Something is coming full circle. And the reason it's coming to an end is because it's supposed to. The World card shows up as the major arcana, the last step before the beginning again. So something is ending so something else can begin. And it could be that it has something to do with your finances. Tell me more about this. And we do have the Page of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. You're going to have some type of a surprise victory in your stability here. It feels like if it's not a surprise, if it's something that you know that is coming, if it doesn't surprise you, it is like a surprise accomplishment. Other people who are cheering you on are going to be very surprised that you are accomplishing this, that you're looking great, you're stable, you've got all 9 pentacles, and I feel like there's one in the hand of the king. I feel like you've got the 10 pentacles coming up. Once you decide that you are going to move forward in victory here with all these people cheering you on, I think these people cheering you on are the ones that are surprised that you're closing the door on something or reaching some type of a milestone. The milestone might be that you had been losing hope about something. You had been stuck at the Two of Swords, which goes back to the first reading, but you have built something from the ground up by yourself because you are the subject matter expert. Tell me what's going on here. We've got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Four of Swords. So it does feel like you have healed the emotional self. You've healed the emotions. If you remember in the last hand, if you go back there and look, you were in your emotions. You were feeling very overwhelmed, right? Both hands told us that. I feel like you're finding stability. You're finding a group of people who are like-minded, and I feel like you have healed the emotional self, or it may be a mother wound. For some of you, you have been wounded by someone who is a mother or a grandmother, and I feel like that is what you are healing. And that's the reason the Wheel of Fortune is here. Because when you get your stability here and you're ready to collaborate and cooperate and climb the ladder and bring people in, I feel like that's what the Wheel of Fortune is for. There it is. You've liberated yourself from something that hurt you a lot. Yeah, something that hurt you a lot. You may have been rejected from your mother, rejected by a feminine energy, a feminine leaning energy. And now you have taken that, you have transformed it, and you are the person who now is offering compassion and love and kindness. So you've learned that lesson. You've learned that lesson. It's lovely. And it might be something you're bringing to your home. Maybe you thought you would never have this happy stability because of the Ten of Swords, but I feel like you're liberating yourself, and you definitely are somebody who is headed towards something that's really beautiful in the future here. And you've done all the hard work. We've got you here, Aquarius. We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. We've got Leo energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Virgo, and Pisces. We've got Taurus. There we go. I'm going to leave it right there for you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. And I'll be back because I'm always back. Have a great week. Bye-bye.